Hello everyone. Um, I normally say quick video, but I know how it works, so I don't think it's going to be a quick video. And the reason I do this now is rather than do one, upload it, go through all that hassle. It's easier to just uh, go live and then let them save as it is. Now, I want to talk about how it is that we don't understand Forrest, in the sense that people make decisions based on the information they hear, and they don't realise that it's a different language that's being spoke to them. And they assume that what they're hearing is, it's just my opinion, is usual everyday words that you get. And there is no subterfuge. And Forrest says, there isn't any insight. And I take you literally. It's literal. So what do those words mean? Now, whilst it is my intention to give what I consider to be help, it can also be a hindrance and a distraction and complication and all sorts of things, because that's how the chase is. That's how Forrest Fenn works. The simple truth is not as simple as you think. So people keep going on about the fact that Forrest said, I have not communicated with the finder since 2018. And the first assumption is that Forrest was communicating with the finder until 2018. Now, I don't know if I'm right for giving this information out or not, but I know it won't help people, even though it's supposed to help people, because people just don't want to know, or it's just too much to bother to even think about. So I have not communicated with the finder since. Here is since. Although you can't see it, I can see it, but you can't see it. I wish it was easier to just do the videos and then upload them. So one of the words that we see straight away is as I have gone alone in that. So since 2018, as I have gone alone in that, due to the fact I have gone alone in that, in so much as I have gone alone in that, reason being I have gone alone in that, etc. These words, after all, I have gone alone in that. While I have gone alone in that, now I have gone alone in that. Now I have gone alone in that. Why is it that I must go? Now I have gone alone in that. Given I have gone alone in there, so far as I have gone alone in there, to the degree that I have gone alone in there. This is as, since, but it's as. So, what is being said in that first line? So we're looking at since. So it could be since following 2018. I've not communicated with the finder following 2018, after 2018, from 2018, and all the stuff that you would expect. I have not communicated with the finder across 2018, throughout 2018, from 2018, all through 2018, during the course of 2018, after 2018, in 2018. So you could have spoke to them before, and he could have spoke to them after, but he didn't speak to them in 2018. For the whole of 2018, since 2018. So for the whole of 2018, he didn't communicate with the finder, but in some of 2018, he did. He didn't communicate for the whole of 2018. Didn't communicate from the start of 2018. During the whole until the end of 2018. In the middle of 2018, I had not communicated with the finder in the middle of 2018. Remember, this is since. I had not communicated with the finder when it was 2018. On 2018, down 2018, along 2018, within 2018, by 2018. I had not communicated with the finder by 2018. Well, that's a little bit different than since, although it's just a synonym. But if you use the word by and not the word since, one of them saying before 2018 almost, and one of them saying after 2018. So whilst these words are there to help from me, into the community, obviously they just, cause more confusion if you don't understand the language. I'm not saying this is right. I'm saying Forrest said, I'd like to say at the beginning, but I wasn't there at the beginning. But I understood that Forrest said you have to think of the what ifs. So in more cases than not, there's always a what if. Whatever Forrest says, there's almost always a what if. And words don't mean what you think they do. And nothing is as it seems. So putting that all into, one lump sum, as it were, you have to think, hang on a minute, what did he mean then? If he said, I had not communicated with the finder since 2018, by 2018. Well, if that's the case, and I believe, Forrest tries to give information that helps the finder and not the seeker, so it's there to aid the finder and not the seeker. I believe that to be the case. So it's quite possible that Forrest had not communicated with the finder by 2018. So everybody who found the chest before 2018 and was in communication with Forrest could be ruled out. I know you're all jumping up and down. So I'm just telling you, here is a word that is a synonym of since, and it means that anybody who spoke to Forrest before 2018 is probably not the finder. And I could be wrong, which is what I tell you all the time. I could be wrong. And, the since that you assume Forrest means is correct. That's what it means. But then if you keep using that line of thought, you won't get anywhere because you haven't got the answers. Or you haven't got answers that make sense. So the whole point is to try and find the answers that make sense and not keep going around in circles with answers that don't make sense. So there are plenty more words for since. I'll just tell you those. If you want to, the word hippo app. Hi, MFJ. Hi, Luck. Basically, I just want to run through a couple of words that people just take at face value and are not prepared to, think what if it meant this? What if it meant, something else? Forrest was a clever person. Forrest was able to use words in a very clever way. So what did Forrest actually say? And how is it possible to try and understand, if he did say anything different than we believe? Hey, fantastic. Good day to you, sir. Although, I'm running towards, the next day here. But yeah, it's definitely night time in the UK. Well, I appreciate the good day, sir. So that was since, and it could mean by. So I had not communicated with the finder by 2018, meaning he had not spoken to the finder prior to 2018, which puts a different slant on things, just confuses things even more. But Since is a strange word, and since meaning as, there are words in there that could, change the first word of the poem, as I've gone along in there. Reading something else that may or may not lead you to believe that Forrest was telling us, more precise information, and that's a word I might be touching on in a minute. Information, not information. The preciseness of the information, the simplified, the simple, that the same words that Forrest used to us mean one thing, to Forrest might mean something else. But Forrest did state this. He would take us literal. So, and I'm always faithful to the word app, and I'm always faithful to the poem. So, if I tried to understand the chase without trying to understand what was being said, I think at this point in time I would be stressed like everybody else. So, close, precise. If somebody's close, precise, true. It's taken as literal, word for word, letter for letter, line for line. To the letter, you need a correct solve. Specific, right, spot on. Trying to use ones that Forrest would have used. There's stuff like on the button and that could or could not be. Concrete, that was highlighted in the Dell & Forrest video. Direct, on the nose. I thought that cowboy was my friend. He got off his horse, punched him on the nose. And I learnt, don't make the alligator mad until you cross the river. Just, they're literal, just take the chest and peace. Now I want to talk about something else after this. Punctual, express. I think it needs a pony to go with that. Watertight. You need to seal that jar, make it watertight. Certain. Won't use that one. Good. So we've had just and good that are in the poem. So hear me all, listen good. Listen literal. Just take the chest, just heavy loads. Simple. Oh, it's a simple poem. It's a literal poem. Is it metaphorical? Literal. I'll get back to shouting in a minute, sorry. Bare, as in B-A-R-E. Hairline. Well, there's some talk about the hairline. Surgical. There must have been procedure somewhere. Sure, for the one that did. Literal, for the one that did. I'm not manifest. There's a word people like to use. Letter for letter, letter perfect. Now, those might not be words that Forrest used, but that's what it means when you're looking at this. So this is how I started when I came into the chase. It was all black and white. On the numbers, Dave, man from east, nailed down. If you don't have where warm waters halt nailed down, bullseye, identical, true, hard, straightforward, real, correct. Have we heard all these words before? Simple, straightforward, right, real, correct, Documentary. Ah, missed the start. Unembroidered. Does that mean it's chaos? Historical. Oop, gospel soul. Simple. Narrow. Documented. Precise. Remember all these words? They are literal. Right. Frank. Brutal. They seem to be chase names, don't they? So, hear me all and listen good. Literal, hear me all and listen literal. Certain, spot on. Ooh. Case. There are many cases. Written. Naked. Obvious. Remember the shower thing? Forrest is naked under the skylight, wherever it is. Something must be obvious to you. Straight, right, straight to it. I can go right, straight to it. Logical. Bald. We had the hairline that Forrest talked about and the being bald. Bald, as in slaphead. Not bold, as in bold. Historic. Cold. Your effort will be worth the cold. Close again. Just trying to do the ones that you should know for sure. I'm not really fair, even though it's the fairground and the health scouts and all that stuff. Sure, concrete, unbiased. I'll be there in a minute, trust me, honest. Open. Remember? Why have I said open? Chest was unlocked. Left it open with a finder because didn't want to break it. So the key was inside, but the chest was open. Straightforward. Flat. Ooh, unembellished. What's a bit of embellishment? But this is unembellished, it says. Pedestrian. Oh, is that how you get run over? Unembroidered again. Straight thinking. Not deep thinking. Logical. Unpoetic. Cold. Naked again. Okay. Hard again. Missing a few, but I don't think that they're words that I don't want to think. I'm just putting words in there that I think are proper words, and you've got to think, why was he saying that? With one's feet on the ground. What about them shoes? We're in that office. Do you think somebody could step into those? Hard bitten. My mother wouldn't bite down hard on a biscuit. Would she? Iron. Stout. Strong. None of them. Real, genuine, certain, concrete, precise. Same ones expressed. Strict, watertight. I'll be there soon. Virtual. So I said to Forrest, I've already said this before, I think. But he could still go out into nature if he had a virtual headset thing, pictures and had the smells and everything. Because I was a bit naughty with some of the things I said. Right, pucker, some pies. Legal. Ernest. Now, I think I said before that Ernest is religious. Before I said he's not religious, but Ernest is. Good again. Simple again. Sure again. Out of the blue, my father said, true blue, real McCoy. So again. Live or live? 24 carat. 24 carat. Good faith. Straight. And there are other type of souls in here that I'm not, going to talk about, to be fair. Deep. How deep, how literal is a hole? How literal is a hole? Fairly literal. How literal is a hole? A correct hole. A homely hole. How homely is a hole? As sure as eggs is eggs. I don't know what a dinky D is. Fair dinkum. Same ones. Typo, error, mistake, slip. Out of the window, down the fire escape. Slip up. Did we have some literals in there? Did Forrest give a couple of literals that Jack found? They were slip ups. A fault. A boob. Dope. A blooper. A gaff. Stumble. Nobody is going to literal on that chest. Brick. Barry. Who is Barry? A bloomer. A trip. He tripped and fell. Boo boo. Ash and Ben. I could think. More errors, typing errors, etc. Blah 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 blah. Disorder. Is that chaos? So, 2 words. Since and literal could be taken to be literal. Hi, Robert. How you doing? I asked myself why Jenny Kyle. I think it's Jeremy somebody. Hi, buddy. Hi, Trusted Living. Hey, Mario. I was expecting you today. What's up? You were expecting me today? I couldn't make it to America, so I thought I'd do this. What's up? Not much up. 5 lease retracting already. That can't be good. Right, straight to it. Well, obviously you need to. Hey. Okie dokie. Hey, Golden Key Growers. It's too bad. Charlotte will go. Hey, you're on form today, Five. What's going on? Oh, I see. Today is Kabbalah Day. Is it? No, I didn't know that. So we have since. Just to recap, if you didn't hear the first bit of since could mean by. I had not communicated with the finder by 2018, which means for that part of the chase up until 2018, he had communicated with everybody that was saying they found a chest and blah blah blah, and all these people that said sent emails, and then only after 2018 did he communicate with the finder. Or does it mean I had not communicated with the finder since 2018? So those words, while I think that they could help, probably make things in a way worse. But I try to stress that Forrest said he did things to aid the finder. So one would assume, because it's not allowed to assume, one would deduce that if you don't know what Forrest is saying or what the chase is about, or understand the statements, then maybe you're not the finder, because Forrest was doing everything he could to aid the finder and protect the finder. So as Forrest is doing all these things to help the person who is the finder, then anybody who is unsure about what's going on should have a little think about why they're unsure, because Forrest would have told them in his I'm not telling you, but I am telling you sort of way, which is how I started my videos. I'm two conversations at the same time. The words that you hear that I'm saying to you mean the words that you hear that I'm saying. But in some instances, I would give a sentence and it has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm saying. But it's quite believable because I've just changed the words and made it sound like something that you want to hear, as opposed to something that I want to tell somebody who would understand. Now, my problem in the first instance was didn't know who Forrest was, didn't know who all these people in the poem were, and I didn't know if whoever was getting these emails, because I wasn't sure it was Forrest at first, because first treasure hunt, I didn't realise that somebody who was doing a treasure hunt would put their email and the phone number there and accept the information. So I gave all sorts of information to Forrest from everybody else's souls, except for literal souls, literal things that could be spoken about. And then as I got to trust the person who said who was Major Forrest Burke Fenn, and he was actually receiving these emails, I gave him different information in the hope that he would say, yes, well done. But he didn't. So, and later on I found out that he did it for everybody, so it wasn't an issue. And also the fact that I did say to Forrest, I don't know who's who in the zoo, basically. I didn't put it like that, and he came out and said, some people don't tell me their souls because they don't know who he is. I can't remember the words he used, but he said something like that, and I'm like, is he saying that because I said it, or was he just saying it anyway because everybody else is the same? Oh, I see. Oh, same one. So now here's the stuff that doesn't mean what you think it does. No man is an island, apparently. So we're told. So no man is an island. And if you were to understand that no man is an island and had a fountain of knowledge, then that knowledge would be the key to unlocking which way is out if you were to go south. But just take the chest and go in peace. Now, to most of you out there, probably don't understand that. But, that is, to me, good information from the poem. In order to understand, this was never about chest, ever about a chest. And, I can't remember the exact words, although I try to remember everything the Forrest said. He was borrowing that chest. You were never going to get it, ever. Everybody's trying to work out which chest it is, but it was never going to be that chest, ever. It was never going to be that chest. Forrest said it was going to go back. He just wanted to use it to, do this. And, the statement of, I needed a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. If you weren't going to get the chest and you all went looking for a chest, I don't know why you went looking for a chest. I do know why, because I went looking for a chest. I went over to America and, thought, you flipping idiot. But I don't understand that once these people who went looking for a chest found that, thousands of people hadn't found a chest, and some people went, hundreds of times, then maybe it wasn't about the chest. Maybe it was about something more. Now, whilst there are chests, don't get me wrong, whilst there are chests in the thrill of the chase, it was never going to be that chest, and there was always going to be title to the gold, which is totally different than the chest. Now, if you found the chest, Forrest said there's something in the chest that the finder will like. Now, if you were the finder, and I'm trying to talk to these people that say, "Oh, you have to go boots on the ground, otherwise you don't know." Trust me, you can know. If you were the finder, then you would know why you just take the chest and go in peace, because whatever's in the chest is for you, and you should just take the chest and go in peace, or, as far as I say, just shut the hell up, or whatever it is. I think if myself gets overlooked, I'll just promote read so it was all. I don't know if you're allowed to say that anymore, but trusted. Go the deep dive there. Hang on a minute. Most famous Black Americans. Hmm. Hmm. I know of a famous Black American that was white, but black, but white. Can I say these things? I'm not sure. Politically correct stuff. Mind you, we are talking politics, so politically correct. So maybe you would know, um, the wheres and the wherefores, and why you should just take chess and go in peace in whatever scenario that was going to be. Because if there is more than one chest, I'll say if, but I mean there is, but if there is, you are never going to get the chest that everybody went searching for. And to me, that sounds, crazy. When you consider 10 years down the line, if you're in the chase for more than, I don't know, well, less than a year, I should say. If you're in the chase for more than less than a year, you should realise that it's not about a chest in regard to the information that Forrest gave us. So, starting from the beginning, this chest was going to be borrowed and then going back. So, if that was the case, you would only get the gold. Well, so far, Jack is the only one that got the gold. But Forrest didn't give him any title to that. So there's a reason why that chain of events took place. In order for, the end chain of events to take place. So, maybe, like the standards, put them in blocks and then work from those blocks. Both of the portraits are fake as white men. I think there's more than one portrait though, isn't there? I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. Don't think I'm disagreeing with you. But there's more than one picture of them. Which begs the question, why was not just America, but why was America intolerable to people of color? Is it because you didn't know about them? Because surely, if they're people leading the country, then you should look up to them, not look down. That's just from an outside point of view. So you didn't know, basically. You didn't know. Otherwise, you'd be thinking, wow. Yeah, truth is a bit weird, isn't it? Somebody said the other day it's difficult to not say the truth. But the thing is, I only ever say the truth. I just try and hide it behind different words. So, if Forrest says it's literal, and they're not, looking at those words, you understand what literal could mean. They were pretty much most of the words that tell you how to solve the poem. So interestingly enough, word for word, letter for letter, line by line, blah blah blah. And in some cases, to the letter T, which is my solve. I know Troy did try the wheel, but my solve is try the heel, and it started with the letter T, and it started with the word it, because that's what the poem says, not with the word halt. And while I don't say so, I'm not saying that Troy's solve is incorrect. I'm saying, this is a solve that I did. I did the other solve as well, but looking at the other solve, there were too many statements from Forrest that said, no, not that one. Try something else. And if the try is sincere, and then if you don't see a piece of yourself in the mirror, then maybe you deserve another turn. Those sort of bits of information. I learnt 8 words, in 5 minutes. Look up those words, see what they mean, see what they synonym to, and wonder how, why Forrest learnt those words so quick. Hey, pirate, English used in slave. And the Irish slave thing was going on as well. Don't miss them out. Boy, to be sure, them Irish, terrible people. Were I like the Irish, but terrible people. Eventually. Yeah, so I think that's the same for most of history. It's not what you thought it was. Hey, Hush, what do I do for a living? I talk a load of rubbish on YouTube. No, this is not a living, trust me. I'm actually working in distribution for DHL. DHL. You must know it very well. I don't know how that helps us with Jason. Yes, they did. It seemed to happen throughout history, didn't it? And the Anunnaki enslaved us, whoever we were, etc., etc. So, I think it boils down to the fountain of knowledge. Those people that have the knowledge have the power. What was I talking about that for? Oh, He-Man at work. So, in this world that we live in, at some point, you can't even say He-Man. It would have to be them, and super them, and Wonder them, as opposed to Wonder Woman, Superman, He-Man. That I have the power by the power of Grayskull. I wonder if he could have been a pirate. Grayskull, the pirate. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Yes, pirate. Even modern slavery is part of history. Now it's time to make history and uncover all the slavery lies. Yes, people don't understand that, the Irish and these people. Loads going on. Trust you. I think he said something he shouldn't have said, Living. He's calling you by your surname, so you're a bad man. Call you by your surname. The pirate has the power. Not Ashley Power. I wonder if, because Ashley seems more dominant, whether Ben might be called Ben Power and not Ashley Napple. The Israelites were Egyptians. I don't want to get into a debate over those sort of things, but the Native Americans are Americans and you are lodgers, as it were. So whilst you are American, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be argumentative, but I'm just saying, whilst you are American living in America, you are not really native. if you understand what I'm saying. So maybe they are, and maybe they're a little bit different. Hi, Wig, how you doing? You were all yes, you are the what do you call them? The slave master, Mr. Pirate. They are all under your wrench, and they dare not do anything wrong. So I heard that. So now I'm surprised Bill hasn't jumped in and gone, see, Moses, once you get onto that story, give me control of a chat's money system. Good on you, Trusted. Give me control. This is a happy place. I'm enjoying this. You the gold rules. The gold 2 rules. Or the Forrest Fenn rules. How many rules were there? 109. That's another thing that Forrest said. If a rule, was deemed to be better than another, he would raise it to the top, raise it above, and then the other rule would drop down. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Like FBI agents might work and CIA agents, but Egyptian agents, it's just English humour, that is. I can imagine it in that day and age. I wonder what their spy stuff would be like. I don't know, a condor or an eagle or something. Satellites in the sky, or from the moon. Forrest played by the rules. Yeah, Forrest made the rules. It should be easier to play a game if you make the rules and know the rules than it is to learn the game and then it's to learn the game and then follow those rules. So the problem is, the majority of us didn't follow the rules. Forrest laid down specific information, and we didn't try to understand it. In my opinion, I'm not saying you didn't understand it. What's the name? But I think if for the chase, if people didn't understand what Forrest was saying or didn't understand what was happening in the chase, then that search for a chest was going to be a very difficult one, especially as it was not even on offer. So I made 2 trips. I hid the chest and I hid the treasure. Didn't say I hid the treasure with the chest. Just said I hid the chest and hid the treasure. So when you open that lid, you're either going to laugh or cry. An empty chest. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying why would you either laugh or cry if you owned a chest full of treasure? And how would you get such a heavy weight? Why would you put it on your lap? Don't think you would. Those statements you have to question. And how heavy is that heavy? Because that's got to be a heavy chest on its own without the stuff in it. Uh-oh, MI6. Shh, don't tell them, Bond. What's going on? All this Q clearance stuff. MI6. Don't tell me you met Moneypenny. And that's not the same thing, but uh-oh. That's a high-profile name. Give me control of nation's money system, and I care not who makes the laws. Yes. Seems to be a lot of talk about money. There was I've forgotten the name now. Gone. Indy was on about it the other day. The person doing the banking system, Roosevelt, was it Roosevelt wanted to do something? Offered up some sort of plan. Come on, Trusted, you know who I'm on about. I think it begins with M. Medi, I don't know. I can't remember his name. He wanted to do something, or he did do something. When he opens the lid on the chest, fantastic. When you open the lid on that chest, you're either going to laugh or cry. Let's talk about, if the finder finds it and opens it up, you're going to laugh or cry. Don't ask me to, point you to a place because I can't. I just remember it. I could watch a video today and forget it in a few hours and not be able to tell you where I heard the information. I'm sure Forrest did say, when you open the lid to that chest, you're either going to laugh or cry. It's in one of those little interview snippet things, like the logging one, and time flies and getting stuck up a tree, running from a moose or something, losing his shoe. It's in one of those sort of personal interviews. Nope. Oh, I must be wrong then. I must be wrong. Won't be the first time, but I'm pretty certain I heard him say, gonna laugh or cry if they open that chest. So I don't say things like that, like nope, because people tell me stuff that Forrest said, and I'm like, I didn't know that. But you obviously know more, or at least everything, because if you can say nope, I couldn't tell you what happened in the Playboy interview because I haven't really watched all of it. So there might be stuff in there that I've missed. It's a misstatement. Faint laugh. Take a big gulp. Yeah, I remember that being said as well. Never cry. Well, you could be absolutely correct, but in my mind, faint. Yeah, I definitely remember that. Faint laugh, take a big gulp. But now you're going to make me look in all my videos or whatever, or all of those videos, and see if I can find it. Who's crying? No, pirate, don't cry. Yeah, I believe, it's faint laugh, take a big gulp. I remember that, but I think it was when he said when he puts it on the lap, when you put it on your lap and open the lid, you'll laugh or cry. I'm pretty certain I heard that. Unless I dreamt it, which, won't be the first time I've had a weird Forest Man dream. I'm not sure what all those emojis are for, pirate. I don't even know what the blue one is. What the heck is that? What does that mean? Ah, that must be Marvin. Out of the blue. It's like a, yeah, well, maybe I'm, confusing stuff. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, but in my mind, yeah, Jack did some crying as well. I think we all did some crying in the chase, to be fair, at some point or other, either through frustration or some of the bad news that we've heard in the chase. So people give out salt. Oh, who is it? Sparkplug. Sounds just like Josh, or Josh trying to hide the fact that he's Josh. Seems to be under the assumption that everybody's clueless and doesn't understand what's going on. Like everybody's wondering what's going on, but I'm not wondering what's going on. And people put out information, souls, whatever, and think they're the only person with that information or that train of thought. But trust me, they probably aren't. You got people. I'll say hello to Dutchman from the East. Come out of hiding. You did some. I haven't watched it yet, and I don't. To be fair, I don't watch that many now. As far as I am concerned, Forrest said the chest was found, the treasure was found, whatever. And whatever is going to take place, and whoever is going to get title, and however it is all meant to be, is already dusted, done, sorted. So I don't think anybody else, people keep saying, "Oh, it's still out there, it hasn't been found." Because nobody's talked about it doesn't mean it hasn't been found, and because you haven't gone boots on the ground doesn't mean you don't know where it is or what it is. It just means you haven't been there because you can't get there. But Charlo being a thief? No, absolutely not. Excuse me. The chest was never there for anybody. If you're making a claim that Charlo took the chest from you, you never had a chest to have. It's a stupid claim. Along with some of the crazy information that you're saying, is pertinent to the case. The chest was never anybody's. It was always going to go back. Forrest was borrowing it. He said as much, or using it, or whatever the terminology is, whatever you want to call it. But you weren't going to get that chest. Now, if you got if we gave you a, here's a chest I've got here, I'll just put some stuff in it for you and give you that, then fair enough. But that was not the case. So whilst I think there's more than one chest, I absolutely 100%, without doubt, don't think anybody's going to get that chest. That was never on offer. And that's the chest that Dave is talking about. So if he's talking about that chest, hey, Mr. Judge, if you're watching this, that chest was never on offer. So Dave was never going to get it. So therefore, if Dave was never going to get it, Charlo couldn't have took it. No way. Couldn't have took it. If you were never going to get it, how can Charlo take the chest off anybody if nobody was going to get the chest? So to answer your question, Paul, no, Dave, Charlo's not, a thief. And again, I've just done the literal, which means unembroidered. This has to be chaos in order that Forrest can protect the finder, or no legal question. What all of those different statements that are made. In order that this can take place, it has to be a riddle, a mystery. In order that it can take place, it has to be that. And if Forrest is protecting the finder, it doesn't matter. Forrest could be the finder for all we know. He's a shy guy from back east. But this wasn't about the chess and blah blah blah. But there has to be that. All the words that I know, I can't think of a word. There has to be that. That mist. Nothing can be obvious. You shouldn't be able to see anything. And that way, nobody will be, I don't want to say liable because everyone will jump up and down and make that to something else. But nobody will be accountable for, there's no misdeeds, but nobody can ask you for anything because they don't know who it is. Otherwise they'd have to ask Five Leaf, Trusted, Paul, who else have got Solve? I don't think anybody else has got Solve in here, have they? Trusted, Paul, Pirate hasn't got Solve. Five Leaf has. Pirate, have you got a Solve? What were all the animals enslaved? They were enslaved on the ark, 2 by 2. Are you kept on selection? I missed that bit as well. Oh, no. It's going to rain. All's raining. Borders. Oh, cheers. Yeah. Well, the way I see it is Forrest said he just wanted to borrow it. He just wanted to use it. It's a good chest, held a book of days, etc., etc., etc. And going to give it back. It's like, well, hang on a minute. If you put a chest out in the Rocky Mountains and you're asking people to find it with this treasure in it, and you're going to give it back, whoa, what? So, that should have made people think, you're going to give it back. So we're going to get title to the goal. It's not this chest. And what is this treasure? And what is this trove? And what are the riches? All the questions all the words in the poem. There was Cow Clan. Ooh. So does that mean that's Mike and Capro? Were they in the ark? How do you know Trusted? How do you know they were in the ark? I don't think like you saying they were in the ark. Ah, the Wolf Clan. Is that the same Wolf? B.A. Lance Wolf? The Lone Wolf of Wyoming something? I can't believe how many different possibilities there are in that poem. Talking to David B, and I tried to explain, from his solve to crazy, Nintendo 64 Super Mario solves, The Crow, Edgar Allan Poe, Peter Pan, to everybody's, people doing these solves. It's like, like saying to Dave man from the East, not from back East, just the East. I could make a solve about Valiant, which is probably more realistic without the aid of all those, comics. Who else is in there? Valiant and someone else. I can't remember now. Daredevil. I don't know what that means. Pink hand. Not sure what that means, Trusted. Don't know why it's pink. Why is it pink? Oh, that must be the ones that scalded. They must be the ones with the ridges in them, the canyons in them. When Forrest was doing the washing up. Is that what they look like? Pink like that, with all those canyons in them. And I think, that statement, if you read the book, you'll see that that's said quite a bit. Does he mean I've said something and I mean something else? Technically, Cattle Clan, because both cows. Technically. But still called Mike and Capro. Pirate, stop putting all these emojis on that I don't understand. Are those the Gypsy Girls? You haven't explained the other one yet. What was that? What the face that I didn't know, the blue face. Don't know what that was all about. Don't know what that hand's all about. Crazy stuff. Are those the Gypsy Girls? Ah, the smiling crocodile. It's me. That almost Peter Pan. So Peter Pan even had a solve with that, with the tree that they're hiding under, so the chest was under a tree. And that took me to Methuselah, which is, California somewhere. And the hot springs over there. There's some hot springs over there. And Saldago. I don't know, can't remember what it's called. Caldago. Can't remember. But yeah, solve out there somewhere. Solve. Warm waters, where are those? That could be that way as well. Where they do some fishing. Special fish in those waters. Another one there. Crazy stuff. Ghost dancers in house. Must be. Ghost dance. 6 likes already. Wow. Must be in the house because the emojis are not the emojis. What are they called? Yeah, the emoji. rising up the screen. I wonder if it goes when I do it. Let me have a look. It's 100. Yeah, cool. Feel better now. 100% for everyone. A great fishing story. That was something I was thinking as well. How does a fish catch a fisherman? I don't know why it is pink. I don't read. Well, we'll go with it's a hint of Forrest's pink hands when he's doing the washing up, and they had canyons in them. Well, what if this was all about fountain of knowledge? What if it was all about that? And one man actually being an island? What if it was all about that? An island, a fountain of knowledge, which way out, and a big butt. What if it was all about that, having a big butt? Do you throw back the sucker fish? Well, everyone is concerned about, catching the fish, but how does the fish go about catching the fisherman? So, a fish who knows they're going to get thrown back if they choose the right fisherman is a lot better off than a fish that doesn't know and is, caked in mud, burnt. I think Forrest, was going to protect the fish. Even if he caught fish, he was going to protect them. So therefore, the fish must know that Forrest is a good fisherman and wouldn't do anything to hurt the fish. Although, he did talk about cooking fish now and again. See you, Paul. Thanks for popping in. I saw that you did a video, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'm sure it's good because you have, some good thoughts and some good words. Jenny. I must admit, Jenny Lake is not a solve that I came across. Jenny Lake doesn't ring a bell to me. I know June would have been on most people's radar because of his sister. Jenny, not so much. Pond of Truth, maybe, but. Oh dear. Case Airport. I don't think our airport security is that bad. Apparently, our passports have changed, and those people that still got red passports instead of blue passports could be struggling. You can't come in. You haven't got a good enough passport. It was good enough not so long ago. Why ain't it good enough now? Passport. I'll have to get mine done. Put the left hand in the shake. Oh no. Hey, Davey B. Have you had coffee yet? Well, it's early for you. 23, 6-ish, 6 o'clock-ish in the morning. Do you do the hokey cokey? You deserve another turn, so you're going to turn around. Oh no, no coffee yet. Crap. Actually, prefer I have tea, and it is very welcome. Very, very welcome. Tea first thing in the morning. Oh, hits the spot. So I think Five Leaf has been a little bit quiet today. I'm a bit concerned. I've had no Paul. Wow, it's all good stuff. In the chase, so when I came in and I heard all these stories about people doing, 200 boots on the ground, 600 boots on the ground, I was like, what? Been going, I don't know, 9 or 10 years, I don't know. It's been going that long. 9 years. 9 years. 8 or 9 years. 8 or 9 years, and I'm thinking, professionals have done it. People are going out, over and over doing it. Why do they keep going out? Surely they can't be in it for real. If you're going out 200 times and your method isn't working, stop. Use a different method. Well, are they new genders or just old genders that are more vocal now? I have, I don't know. I saw a good sign though, which I think is apt and should be the case. And if this offends someone, I'm sorry, but I think it's the case. It was a toilet sign for um, public use, and it just had the male genitals and the female genitals. If you had those genitals, you went into that toilet, and if you had the other genitals, you went into the other toilet, and that was it. It didn't say man or woman, male or female. It just said if you got one of these, you're in there, and if you got one of those, you're in there. That's it. No more. No more to me, please. God, let this end. I think Forrest said he couldn't end it even if he wanted to, which means something's got to happen, and it's not somebody finding a chest. Now, the story's real, the treasure is real. You know, what is the treasure? Well, the treasure that you know about was, discussed and talked about and shown. But Forrest said there was a secret treasure. So, if there is a secret treasure, it has to be in that last statement. I give you title to the gold. Has to be. Now, gold, can mean a cup of tea. So, cabbage or all sorts of things. So you get title to whatever that is. And that is, how I see the poem ending. Because, the corn's ripened. Everything's good. That's something happened and it's all good. Which is, hear me all listen good. Will you help me, Davy? Davy, will you help? Yeah, I'm thinking, corn is, you know, where it's at. It's, just, I don't know. I'm glad that I am going to be, too old to care. I'm going to be one of those old men sitting on a bench, just moaning about life. Okay, I crossed the line now. I must walk the plank. Don't do it, pirate. If you go, we have no wrench. And it's a big wrench, so the weight might hold you down. Oh, there's a bias there, Rob. There's a bias there. You've already committed yourself. Why not one in each state? Why not one in New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana? People forget about the bells, and the jars. There's something for everybody, I think, if they're prepared to, believe, have faith. My journey was a journey of failure. Finding pretty much most people solve. Not because I copied them, but I found them and then heard people when they actually told me their souls through the YouTube or whatever. Like, oh, I know that one. I know that one. I know that one. I'm thinking, what? But I think Forrest knew all of the souls, the potential to have those souls and why, and that was scary because then it was like, well, how do you get out of all these souls that are good souls? How do you get one that has to be correct? And then that was difficult because there was too many contradictions. So you had to separate those contradictions, in my opinion. Try to work out, what was being spoke about. A chest, a treasure, a trove. What was being spoke about. It was an armchair race until the end. So, people say, oh, you have to be boots on the ground, boots on the ground. I don't think you have to. I don't think, in my opinion, I can tell you where, south is out, the big butt. Just take the chest and go in peace. I can tell you, where one is, and what's in it, what's it about. The thing for the finder, something in there for the finder. And that explains just take the chest and go in peace. Once you see that, that's. But I don't know. Paul's right when he said, if I find it, I'm going to give it back, because that's what Forrest said anyway. And that's what I've read out in the poem in one of my videos. Alone or together. It was always going to be given back, and you were always going to get title to the gold. And there's bells and jars, and there's other what's the words? Promise of new discoveries. Don't forget. You could always hide it in the same spot. Well, you can't get that anywhere. What's that? I got the answers I seeked. 4 times I believe it's to the last clip. So in the poem it says boots on the ground, in the same place where everybody has a soul. Everybody seems to be led to that point in the poem, and that doesn't matter whichever state you're in. You could be in any one of those 4 states, and I believe that you could understand about the chase reading the poem and go right straight to it. I don't believe there is any need to be boots on the ground in order to finish the poem. I think you have to finish the poem in order to go boots on the ground. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, I've been chasing armchairs. Yeah. And Forrest has much told us, in a roundabout way. But there's enough information in that poem to tell you what it is and explain to you why the statements are made. In my opinion, high asterisks. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I am, but could be. We had to have a fountain of knowledge. Once you had that fountain, once you could use that, it was a case of being able to You know, go there, work out which way was out, which is south. You know, and go to the big barns. Which, butter's an important word. Frank? Ah, Frank. Hi, Frank. In the real pickle if the solver would have found the chest and disappeared. Yeah, so my information to Forrest was, Forrest, I've finished searching. I'm not searching anymore, and I wasn't. But I was never going to go to America to um, prove whether I was correct or not. And this has always been about Forrest making it happen, not about somebody finding the chest. So it doesn't matter. In my instance, it was never going to be, a solver taking the chest. But I think even if the solver did, in my instance, big if I did find the chest, it still would have gone back to Forrest. And, the bracelet would have gone back, the chest would have gone back, which is what he said, and the answers were still the same answers. It doesn't matter. And that's what I say about anybody solve. If you keep changing your solve, then you haven't got the right solve, because there's lots of answers to different solves, but you have to have the right answer to the right solve, the correct answer to the correct solve. So you need to know those things, and it's important to know what is worth knowing and what is not worth knowing, and all of those statements that Forrest made that help you pinpoint, which answer belongs to which method, recipe, solution, however you want to call it. Your simple solution is totally different than a difficult but not impossible solution. And the treasure that Forrest talked about is totally different than the secret treasure that he didn't talk about. And the secret of that place came back to me a couple of years. All that information has to be analysed. So we said to analyse, shift, drift, adjust, adapt, and that's another statement. For the one who can best adapt. The chase keeps changing and different information comes out, and if you're not able to adapt to it, again, it's hard to believe that you can have the correct solve, because you have to learn what's being said and adjust, shift, drift, and adjust. You have to do those things and then adapt. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Frank, are you on hospital computer? What does that mean? Wouldn't you squash it? You break it. Don't get on the computer. I don't know what you meant by, well, you can't get that anyway. It would have been a total armchair search, but highly unlikely to have happened. Well, that counts me out then. I only ever listened to Forrest, and no, I went once to America, but once I realised I was an idiot, I stayed at home and tried to get the answers there. Maybe it's just his picture on the computer and he's not standing on it. Oh no. So don't tell me Pirate Street. Glenn, hi Glenn, how are you? Um, whose show was I watching? Some good comments you made. Just do it. Oh no, that's Arnie. Do it now. What was that? Put the computer on the floor or something. I don't know. Is that what you referencing, or is it something else? Kiwi, how's it going, peepee? What's cracking the lacking? Hope you and the bird are great, and your dad also. Mental hospital situation improved. There are a lot of people that think Frank should be in there, to be fair. Which is not good, is it, Frank? If people think that you should be, sectioned. Why are you peeping through his window, Pirate? You haven't got a video camera there as well, have you? It tolls for thee, by the way. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. It tolls for thee. Oh, homely as well. What was that? Homely. Is that literal? Smile at a literal girl. Wow, 80 minutes ago. Is that me? Yes. 80 minutes ago. I talked about since and literal. Hey, Lucky Digger. Oh, sorry, I've been calling you by the wrong name. Star, that's what you wanted. I've been calling him Asterisk. Star. Hi, Sophia. Thank you. Bird's great. I'm dead. Okay, he's alive. Movie. Me also. Patty room again. Yeah, people keep asking me about the weather, and you won't believe what weather means. And I keep thinking, are they asking me truly how the weather is, or are they asking me about what weather means? But in both situations, the answer is good. Ah, running through the sprinkler. Hi, Lily. How you doing? Wow, there's quite a lot of people in here now. What's going on? What is this? Oh, right. You're not one of the seven sisters, are you? In the ladies? Older Brown, or what's the other one? They're having a outing, I think, along with the moon soon. And it's funny because my team come up in the chase quite a lot, Arsenal. And our nemesis of a team are actually at the Seven Sisters. So weird. Jace related or what? We have the good and the bad. Who are the ugly? Chelsea will be the ugly, I suppose. Good, bad, and the ugly. Hey, Blondie. Awareness. When my awareness first. So that's realizing. Or it's real izing, whatever izing is. Yeah, nice that was. Although Davy B has some scenery that's fair dinkum, one would say. At the coast. She was indeed. Uh-oh. Sharpening knife now for cold. What does that mean? Stumble and fold. Did you see Brian Gates' channel last night? No, I didn't. Davey B told me something about it, but no, I didn't. I had intended to, but I didn't. I heard that there was someone on there, Lee, is it? With some information similar to what we've been discussing, me and Davey. So I probably will. Thanks, Lucky, for asking. Yes, you did say it was a good show, Davey. That's a good job I said that. Just come on. Yeah, Davey said it was a good show. So, Lucky, what do my hole sucks? Definitely vents. Definitely vents. No, my hole sucks. So, Lucky, if you could say one good thing about the show yesterday, what would it be? In 20 words or less. Frank said himself that he should be in mental hospital. I guess he was just. Weep no more. You guessed was nice. Yes, there was a female turning. Yes. And she said that there was no fraud whatsoever. Yeah, there is no fraud. I mean, ugh. So yeah, there's fraud, but it's not bad fraud. So yeah, there is just somebody trying to make something work. Nothing to do with doing anybody out of anything. And if anything, Forrest, was upfront and told us before things occurred, especially about the chest. It's like, I pity the fool that goes looking for a chest that Forrest said you were never going to have. I want the chest to go back. I'm just going to borrow it. However he phrased it was, it suits the purpose, but but I borrow this to do this thing. Something you're not going to get the chest. And why do you believe that you found the chest? How can you have found a chest that you were never going to have, believing that you're going to keep it? I hid the chest and then I hid the chest and then I hid the treasure, or however Forrest worded it, which means they could have been at two different places. Not saying they were. Don't jump up and down, but I'm saying they could be. I hid the chest and I hid the treasure. Doesn't say he hid the treasure with the chest. And then people saying, well, the bracelet should have been on top, and etc. 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 Just silly billies. Frank needs to take up gardening. It's good therapy. There you go, trusted. Teach Frank how to do some gardening. I have three trays by him. Wow. Why don't you just rip it? Okay, so I said, oh no, another lawyer. Well, I think, Barbara's a Stonewall lawyer, so um, yeah, it's all good. So hard to hear. Hey, Lucky, what channel was that on? For some reason, Brian and Galaxy are obsessed with this second chess. Who cares? Yeah, I'm not obsessed about second chess, but I do believe the poem talks about. It can't be the chess because Forrest said it was going back, so there has to be a substitute, maybe. I pity the fool that sues. Yep, absolutely. And I think it was Mr. T's gold that's in the chest. Chicago, Mr. T. I think there is just one chest. Yeah, there has to be a chest. No, I think there is one chest. I think there has to be more than one chest. If one chest is going back and there was supposed to be a chest full of stuff, and there's a chest that went to the auction, so I have to believe there's more than one chest. For, I don't know about saying BS. First, said, give a chest for people to look for. Why about another chest? Yeah, I don't worry about any of those. To be fair, I'm just saying that the possibilities that Forrest could have done, more. I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. So could have done more than we think he did, or could do more than we thought he did. Is that your professional diagnosis? Same BS. Well, I think it's different BS. I think, if you take the word garbage or BS, one man's garbage is another man's gold. So the BS that you talk about, I think is good stuff. I use it to help me in the chase. Same page. I made 2 trips. I hit the treasure and then the chest. Yeah. No, I hit the chest and then the treasure, but same thing. You could have wrote the poem first or hit the chest first. I know of another treasure. Yeah, unfortunately, there are. Depends what you class treasure as, but the way I saw it was the poem was about title to the gold and not about the chest. And the poem was about a story and not about the chest. And the poem was about giving something instead of taking something. So all these people that say that Forrest is a fraud, it's too much giving for it to be fraud and Forrest taking it back. And it was Forrest to take back if he did take it back, but I don't believe he took it back. Yeah, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So the information that you call BS, I look at it and go, ooh, look at that rubbish. So everything that the chest was in They all come from Wichita, them broomstick people. And if no one believes me, I'm fine. I believe this is a treasure, and I believe that there's title to the gold. I believe that's totally different than what Forrest, made us believe. Yeah, see, it was treasure that he took because it was more than just the gold. It was all those, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, pearls, whatever, sapphires. So to get title to the gold, it's not that treasure that he hid or could have hid. I believe you go and get it. Well, that's something that I can't do. So if anybody's listened to any of my videos and they think they know what I'm saying, then go get it. Although, it'd be nice if Forrest gave title. Whee! At the end of his rainbow. Yeah, but which end? And, if we go the whole hog, the rainbow is a circle. So that's bad news. Absolutely all 9 clues in one area. Yes, is a wild story that is true. Yeah, I think it's all true. Like I said in the sense and literal. People believe what they want to believe because they assume that what they're hearing is how it's meant to be heard, but it doesn't work out that way. Somebody cracked the first 2 and walked right past the chest. Yeah, well, that's just it. If you walk past the chest after 2 clues, why are you worried about all them other clues? You shouldn't be. And if you've got a solve that has all them other clues, then you're nowhere near the chest. I can tell you that now. You're nowhere near the chest. If that's what this is about. you're nowhere near it because, the little girl from India can't get past the first two clues. No, I keep saying what other people keep saying, that's wrong. The little girl from India can't get closer than the first two clues. So she must be at the chest. Can't get any closer than being at the chest. Post-it note, yeah. Yeah, I believe New Mexico is a good place to be. Playing with jewels and an emerald ring. Oh, that was like Marlon Brando. Well, look up what husband means. Scared. I believe that. And you are, a fountain of knowledge. So I couldn't go. So he said around 2015-ish. Well, somebody found the treasure that early. The chest that early. Going to that eternity. And puffs on a fag end. Absolutely. But again, this was about Forrest. It wasn't about anybody finding treasure chests. Still chasing the unknown. Well, you'd be surprised what the word Rocky means. He could have fooled us all. Maybe shy will announce it. And then there's a heart in the way. Or it. Maybe shy will announce it or it. Well, I only went up Casper Mountain. And that was crazy because everything was a dead end. Dead end, dead end, dead end. Oh, man. Yeah, any minute we walked and it was Rocky Mountain. Yeah, I'm not really from, high elevation, I don't think. So when I went there, I was like, wow, let's have a rest. Golden Moor, yeah. That's like twice as much, isn't it? Gold 2. I was looking forward to some of them stones. False advertising. Well, women wear makeup. True statement there. Way back to. Yeah, I just enjoyed the sun and everybody else doing the walk. Although they were walking quicker than I was. Maybe somebody does Luli. Like, I think that you could find the information in the poem and understand. Just take the chest and go in peace. And there's something in the chest that the finder will like. The information that could pertain to would be why you would take the chest and go in peace. Absolutely, tells you where you go to find it. In my opinion, and David B obviously, because we discussed it. So, I've said all along that but is an important word. So I think, and this is all about whether, firstly, you have to be correct, and that's whether it, comes out or not. You know, whoever is correct, whichever solve is correct, you know, it would all depend on that. Which is another thing, me and David talk about. The way I see it is, it doesn't matter who thinks that they're correct. Forrest said it was found, so therefore Forrest would have put into place whatever measures need to be put into place. And anything anybody does now, I don't think it's going to make any difference to what's already been done. And I go back to 2020. Whatever was done then is what Forrest intended, and everything that's happening now is what Forrest intended. And again, I'll say it again, I could be wrong. Lots of treasures in life. Go get them. Yeah, I've got those treasures that you gave me, Luna. Them are good. Picture on the back of the book cover doesn't show it. No, but Jack did ask, is it the chest that's there? And if you think about it, that's all the stuff that went to auction. Nope, it doesn't, Lucky. Was gone off of the words in the book unless I read a different Thrill of the Chase that mentions jewels being in a chest. Yeah, they do. The chest that's going to be donated back to whatever Smithsonian or museum or whatever. Which means you ain't getting nothing. You're getting tied to the gold. Because Kiwi, Forrest said when Capo asked him, does the finder get to keep the jewels and everything that's in the chest? However she worded it. Then she repeated it, and Forrest said, well, I said in my poem, give your title to the gold. So get gold. That's what he said. So you were never going to get that chest or the jewels or anything that was there. Going to get title to the gold. Always, only going to get title to the gold. Doesn't matter what you think. Although Forrest already said those things, he reiterated it when Capo asked him that question, which said, no, you ain't getting the chest and you ain't getting the jewels. You're getting title to the gold. So if anybody still thinks they're getting the chest and the jewels, no. No. Forrest told you no. 2019, November. Capo asked the question. No, you ain't getting no chest. You ain't getting no jewels. When they turn up and you see them, they are being donated. And the chest is going back or whatever it is that Forrest wanted. And that's, something Jack said as well. Whilst I'm not talking about being the finder, or Charlotte's talking about, doing the things that his grandfather wanted. Just 15 years ago. It's not here. Yeah, I think, probably most of what Forrest said was a clue. 265 coins, blah, 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 was a clue. That guy, who is the solver? Not Dave, man from the East. I say that because that's what you normally say. I am that guy. So, who is the solver? Not Dave. I'm sorry. I normally don't say people aren't the solver, but, no. Too many comic books, too much. You only need a poem. You don't need all that specialised knowledge and, a nailed down cross that is not even the right clue. I don't know. They moved a lot of gold at Deadwood. Must have done. So, however they did it, that's how you do it. Yeah, Galaxy's quite smart, I have to admit. Well, both of them are quite smart, to be fair. But to go down it's easy to understand why people are doing it. because they don't speak, Fenn language. It's like, not understanding Spanish. What you think you heard and believe that they mean is not. It's not. Who's do beep beep? How are you, Jason? Is it Jason? I try to give people that I see here names. If he says what's cracking or something, no, something to do with living life. How's it going? It's like a roadrunner. Must be from New Mexico. True state. True state. Conspiracy. Conspiracy theories. Oh no, not again. What, you just woke up? Oh no, not again. It wasn't me, was it? It's awful. And I find it weird that I never even ever at any point thought it was a fraud. Ever. Even when people saying, well, I don't know, Rob. Their GPS was totally wrong, which is what when it first came out, it's quite easy to believe that there is a GPS that is absolutely correct. But their GPS was totally wrong. Even the information they were given was incorrect. Homophones and kangaroo words that didn't match what they were saying. Again, you have to be human first before you can think about the chase. And while I agree with all those statements, even as bad as Frank's been, I don't think he would do something like that unless it was part of a requirement that he was supposed to do. And if I'm wrong, I want to come over to the US and sort you out, Frank. Because it is wrong. He has to be human first, and it is wrong. But I don't think he would have done it. I think it's more. I hope it is anyway. More chaos than they all agreed. Yeah, but you should have dug deeper. Should have gone to the south end. It's the useful idiot's name. Well, Forrest always makes a plan with an out. Says didn't know which way was out. Got a hole card, blah blah blah. Absolutely missing something. Absolutely. That poem is so simple. It was very simple. Yeah, very strange. Like I say, you got to be human first and think you're an asshole. But my heart goes out to Troy and all of those things that we see and hear. But it's the chase, and at the back of everybody's mind, there's Don Quixote. Has anybody seen his ass? Santa is on his precious goods that heaven was bestowed upon him. No treasures that the earth holds. The sails can compare with it. Freedom. Cool. As for honor, life may and should be ventured. And on the other hand, captivity is greatest evil that confell to the lot of men. Wow. Some strong stuff. But didn't the brass sniffing dog verify it? Brass? Brass? Don't you mean bronze? How dare you call it brass? You have the brass to call it brass? The only two states are like in the boxes, Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, State, Faith. Mexico's not square. Get it back in the box. Which box? Well, if you read the Thrill of the Chase book, you will see that every page has a square. What does square mean? Did Forrest tell you on every page of the book the answer? Possible. Possible. Every page of the book. Hip to be square? Get back in that box. Oh, Davey, you only needed extra on there. You don't need specialised knowledge. Well, no, specialised knowledge could help, but not 50 comics. If you should be able to solve it with a poem. If you can't solve it with just a poem, then whilst the specialised knowledge can help, it shouldn't be the reason for your solve. Methinks, thou dost think that the lady was a bit sus. Well, I haven't seen it, but it's a big but. I think that it was too long in the planning, but how does Brian Gates, have such a person that was able to give that information? Like, how do they meet? That's what I'd like to know. Blackbeard, yeah, Blackbeard is a good name, isn't it, Mr. Teach? I wonder, was that in the poem? Was D.B. Cooper in the poem? Were all of these bits of information in the poem? Is that why we got to know about them? Oh, I bet she rubs elbows with that Preston guy. Oh, I bet she does. Oh, I bet that's possibly why. But again, only sus in the sense of it's information that you have to decipher. They're like the poem. Problem with the death pictures. No, you had a heart attack. Yeah, it doesn't look. To me, that's not police evidence. Never in a million years. So again, human first. Frank, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Put pictures like that out, and then in the other sense, after being human, you have to think, that word "sus" is a good word. She's pretty genuine. She said that she had spoken to go into Yellowstone. Yeah, no one's saying that she's not genuine. She's not a fake lawyer, but actually, no, I don't know what who's good means. I got the impression that he meant, it was a happy coincidence or misjudgment. A sky pirate. I still need a ship. That's what attorneys do. Take my advice and live for a long time. Long time. Ooh, crazy. Well, I hope Forrest took my advice. I thought I was going to say Confucius. Confusion. Well, he did say with his last gasping breath. With his last gasping breath. Why did he say that? Thanks for the advice. Last gasping breath. Ooh, yes, I pity the fool. Ah, that reminds me of not the avatar, the screenshot that one thing. It's easier to fool someone than convince them that they've been fooled. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you know, don't be a player hater. So I think I blocked the Frank. No, don't block Frank. You have to know the negative, which is still part of the chaos, which brings about a conclusion sooner rather than later, I would hope. Destiny guides our fortunes more favorably than we could have expected. Ah, the dial of destiny. Oh, cheers, pirate. That means I'm out of the game. I didn't know. I went all in. You're still in the game, you're an actor. Davy B, are you an actor? Pirate, are you an actor? And they are all good actors, aren't they? Because everybody believes everybody. There are more actors than players. Seems the more actors I find, the less I know. Oh, well. Movies, movie stuff. Davy B, if you're an actor, man, there's going to be trouble. Life itself seems limited. Where Don Quixote is definitely not a small bit actor. Uh, dope, yeah, dope. Yeah, I know David. I'm joking. We're good. Um, I think you know I've read that poem. I don't know how many times, and each time I read it, there were different words. And that poem says so many things, and everybody that's got an opinion about what the poem could be about, is 100% correct. Could be about all those things, which is why you can't just have a solve. Can't just have a solve. You have to decipher the poem. That guy, Luke. No. Yeah, I know about the actors. They're in the poem, and tells you what they did. Me and Davey talk about that poem, and it's like, Forrest shouldn't know all these things, and if he did know them, even if he knew them, how did he get them all in that poem? So yeah, the actors are no surprise. Blimey, you should do your own card business, Don Quixote. Or a quote a day. One for a day. So I think people underestimate the importance of scrapbooks. Well, I'll say importance, but the underestimate the information given out. Even the word dodo and stuff like that. Just um, yeah, it would be impossible to do it alone. Um, and also, you would need a lot more money to do all of this than $1 million chair. So, but that's just it. It's not fraud, is it? Like the word stage is a better word than fraud. It's staged. It was made to happen, which is what Forrest told us. He's not lying. He told us, can I make it happen the way that it's supposed to be? So that's telling you it's planned, it's predicted, it's meant to be a certain way. And you may not like, how it turns out, but it was meant to be a certain way. And you were told there was going to be chaos and embroidery, and you were told, that Forrest wondered which one would help. So those people shouting fraud are just not listening to what's being said. Think nice thoughts of me is this is rubbish, this is bad, this is not good. It doesn't mean to say it's fraud in the way that you think. It just means, Forrest is going to do something and you might not appreciate him for it, but it's the necessary evil that he talked about. From the moment we're born, we are dying. That said it was his real name. No, there's a. Yeah, Stumpy is Jason Northface. Yep, 100%. And who's could do might be Jason Northface. There are so many actors as far as. No, I don't believe it's a safe face at all. I think if you're going to die with $50, if you're going to be a failure if you die with more than $50 in your pocket, sorry, that ain't about saving face. So one of the first things I did was look in the poem for who the creator of the chase was. Who are these people that are reading the poem? Finding the businesses, including NASA and all of that. Bill Gorman. Who are these people that I read about, see on YouTube and that? And most of the people, one for sure, for a movie or for a movie. I might have to take all of those quotes, Don, and then use them in life as I go along. It'll make me sound so flipping profound. Fenn didn't act alone, so people made much mention of, and and now I must act or whatever. Time for me to act or whatever he said. Fenn didn't act alone. Yeah, so even if it is an act, at some point the truth of this will out. Who was that, Don? Sounds like me. No, nobody will. Maybe Dave, if Dave is a real searcher. But like I say, you have to be human first. Whilst some of the things that people say, are cause for concern, and you have to be concerned about what it is they're saying and doing, this is the chase, so therefore, you have to see what is not. It is not as it seems. What is not as it seems. You have to think that if they're doing this, why they're doing it. What I don't get is why nobody has talked about the McCracken case and the probate. That seems to have died a death. Although according to the internet, the McCracken case was affirmed. What Forrest was saying is, you give it all away before you die. No one knows what's sweet to it. Yeah, exactly what I'm saying. You give it all away. So these people that are saying it's fraud, he's telling you he's giving it all away. How is it fraud? Why is he trying to stop people having it when he's talking about giving it all away anyway? Giving it all away. That reminds me of Zozo. Yeah, I'm fully behind everything that you're saying, Lulu. The fact that he's giving it all away is like, why are you saying it's fraud? Because the philosophy's out there for you to hear, see, and read. Why would you think that Forrest was doing anything other than what he said he would do? I think everybody in the community, not everybody, the people that I sort of met along the way, excuse me, in the sense seeing here, are all part of this. And those people that have just left have done their part and left. And those people that are here maybe just want to find out the end, and those people that left don't want to, aren't really bothered. So I was saying to Davey, I've said on the video as well, I'm sure I read that Forrest had something to do with codes, and there was a picture of a woman by a tree, and I can't find it now. And I'm thinking, I hope I get to find out what it was that I read, or if I read it. A bit like, you laugh or cry if you open the chest. I believe I heard it and read it, but maybe I didn't. But aren't they the same actors? The only person that doesn't seem to be an actor is Mike. Like, he's just fed up with it all. Oh, I like that one. Sounds like God, why can't I remember things when I think to Wallace, was it? Mel Gibson? Braveheart? Don't you have a windmill chase? Windmill chase? The heart was in the way. I'm enjoying these. You're not just reading them off the computer, are you? Please don't say you're reading them off the computer that you know these off by heart. So, like in chat now, I'm wondering how many people know who each other are and what their real names are. Or the 30 people that are, blimey, 8 likes. That must be for you people in chat. It's got nothing to do with me. 32 people. For the 32 people that are in this room, how many know who people are? Oh, wow. Yes. Well is an important word, I think. Look quickly down. How deep is the hole? Bill, hey Bill, how you doing? I wonder where you are. Mike is just going on a sports wager. Lots of them people, yeah. I can fully believe that. Me and Dave, you have a conversation about part of trying to make it happen. And always chatting, always chats, but you'll never know it. Right, Digger. Right, Bill. Hmm. Called by your last name, Lucky. He knows you very well, or she knows very well. Right, Digger. Right, Bill. Well, the poem says a bit about Bill. Bill Bowman also talks about the tipping of the hat. Does not say that it was at you, Bill. Tipping the mildew, sorry. Some people think that I, rose-colored glasses, but I tried to. Oh, YouTube telling me I've got stuff. Oh, I'm live. YouTube are telling me I'm live on my channel. July create a newsletter is here. That's good of them, isn't it? If they hadn't told me, I wouldn't have known. Oh, you changed it up there, didn't you, Don? Well, I think Peggy probably knows the riddle of Forrest Fenn's mind. Should Peggy be a real partner to Forrest Fenn? Or, a partner to Forrest Fenn, whoever they are. I know who. He's still there, but. Yeah, I know they always talk the same. I think I made the statement. Whilst I wouldn't know people by their face, once I started speaking, I would probably go, "Oh, you're so and so." Well, that sucks. Yes, that should hopefully all turn out good, the estate. For several reasons. Actually, it was a good year. So was. And that's a joke about so many Johnnies. 1962 was about. That's because it was the year that I wasn't born. The Riddler. A weekly board meeting. Pirate, don't go there, man. Woman, lady, person, them, they. 1962 was a great year, in my opinion. Well, Forrest wished he was born 100 years earlier, so 1833 would have been a good year for Forrest. Do you mean plank meeting? Walking tall. 61 was better. I think you're all giving away your ages here. No, pirate. You're pirate. Lucky is the person above you. I can't resist it. If I'm lucky, no, you're not lucky. You're pirate. Damn it! If I don't get answers, I'm walking. Oh no, you got a customer pirate. Too bad that the boy Shiloh took up Fenn's carrot on a stick. Yes, I'm above pirate. Yeah, I gathered that. But I meant in chat, Pirate asked if he was you. And he's not you, he's him. But I have the power. Well, unfortunately, you only have the power here. I think Lucky Digger has a power in most places. 1964, last year of silver and US coins. Oh, dear. That's not a curse word. Well, it depends how you spell it. It depends how you spell it. 99.99999% of searchers never figured out Peggy's part in the riddle. She did not know where or when he hid it, but she knew a lot about the rest. So it's those sort of things, Bill, that make me think like you're his brother or something, or her brother, or somebody. What the heck? And humor do not reside in show minds. WTF? Damn is a four-letter word, just like hope. Well, it's not associated with a dam, so it's not associated with a swear word. What did Mo say? Mo says what? Would you like to see that again? 1981. Copper Saint. Oh, too much information. I don't think it really matters now, does it? Surely we are down the hill. I'm just thinking about the island. OMG, I need pie. Pie! We were talking about pie, and not pie like you eat pie, but pie like pie. 3 point blah 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 blah. The rain is warmer on the plane. Don't do that. Star, that's flipping the warm west. The high warm west rain. Wet table, something. Beginning where warm water's hold. It is one thing to write, or another to write as a historian. And mainly the rain falls in Spain that is warmer on the plain. Everybody needs pie. Pineapple pie? That's a pirate. Ah, so you must be a right pie. A pyrite. Yes, a pineapple pie. Pie's good. David B will tell you pie's good. Pie is awesome, along with corn. Blueberry. Oh no, did you find your thrill on that blueberry? Pumpkin pie. Something I've never had. I'm a crumble type of person, to be fair. Apple crumble every day of the week. Any day of the week. However the phrase is. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. See, the moon, the turtle, the stars. Ah, did you get that link, Davey, about the Seven Sisters? Boulder Brown and that. Blackbird? Hi, J.K. Pioneer. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. But when the pie was open, it wasn't cooked well because I began to sing. I found my guy on blueberry pie. I'm not sure what that means. Look there, across the street. We battle kill, but you know that. So with their stolen booty, we can begin to enrich ourselves. Well, hopefully there's no stolen booty, but we can enrich ourselves. Pecan. Oh, lucky. Pecan pie. It's a good job it wasn't pelican pie. Big trouble then. When Harry met Sally. Yeah, I love pecan. Oh, hungry now. And pizza. Is it pepperoni? Or is it like lots of different types of meat? A meat feast pizza. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a poem or a plum. Was that the high hanging fruit? Plum's a good word. Booty call. Ironic, don't you think? That's whose song is that? Black rain on a wedding day. Hi, Steve. Sup? It's ironic. Booty. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can do the piece of pizza. What are you putting on it? Rob, what's on that pizza, man? It's all good, Steve, how are you? I'm hungry now, though. I've got pecan pie and anything with a P. Pineapple pie, pizza pie. Pecan. Ah, Gino. Oh, that's a Texas Midnight Runners. Whoa, Gino. Hey, Otak. How are you? Indy. Everything on this pizza. Everything. Anchovies, olives, peppers, tomato, mozzarella cheese. Or is it different cheese? Pineapple. Oh, you could have a pineapple pizza pie. So you could have a pineapple pie and a pizza at the same time. I start filming in August. You as well. Everybody's taken to the film. First it's Bill, now Indy. Well, good luck with that, Indy. Where will you be? In America or somewhere else? Oh, sacre bleu. And said, what in the hell is this? I thought he went, ouch. Oh, ouch, it's hot. Got to go see you all soon. Soon? Cool. This is a video on my channel. Thanks, Lily. All good. It was a very nice video, but I was mate. Like I say, David B put some videos of his beaches. It's like, wow. I tell him, whilst they're all nice, he has too many crazy animals over there for me. Candy's back. Back again. Candy's back. Candy's back. Candy's back. My power has been cut in half. Yes, so it has. But I'm sure if you wanted to, Indy would let you rule the wrench. Oh. How old do you have to be an old folk? Ah, no. Nikki, humble pie? I don't really want to be eating humble pie. Now I'm not so hungry. But pie is a good word, as in 3.1, whatever it is. 4. I didn't know you were going for a filming job, to be fair. Forrest didn't give anything in the chase without royalty. I'm not sure what that was all about, Five Leaf. Oh, American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. There's a word in the chase. I'm back. Ooh. 3 minutes until it's done. Oh, come on. Rob, you're not being fair now. Yeah, 3.14 in 2024. Circumference. You just signed as an actor. Candy, congrats. Ah, so you're saying she wasn't an actor in the chase, but now she is. How can you congratulate Candy, but you moan about everybody else acting Five Leaf? That's wrong. Oh, come on, Rob. You're not being fair, man. You're talking to somebody who grew up on pizzas. I'm on my way to have some of that pizza pie. Drinking whiskey and rye. Yeah, drove a Chevy to the levee. The long walk, Forrest in the city. Skipping return. Girl coming down the road. Ah, been there. That means the wrong way around. Or is it banana? Okay, Steve. And bring my check from the chase too. Oh, that could be taken another way. Chase 2, as in the second chase. I'm glad she's not my neighbour. Who's not your neighbour? Oh, were they singing Big Rob? Bye bye, Miss America. You ain't seen nothing yet. Baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. I'm walking on the moon. Oh, broken glass. Walking on, broken glass. Sing it, pirate. It, pirate. Yeah, I sang it, pirate. Jets come out. Oh, they come out next week, Rob. Sorry, mate. You have to skimp on that pizza. I myself have a good many screen minutes. 4 times plus music videos. Oh, I didn't say you didn't. Oh, I meant the movie. Chicago Deep Dish. Oh, that pizza coming out. Hot. Hot. Drop it like a hot pizza. Do you know there are more Bigfoots? No, that just means people have got big feet. But it was dry. Lemon juice. That could have been worse. Could have been the Levi. Let's hope they're always dry. Walking in LA. Ah, be better be walking in Memphis. Walking with my feet to the air. Walking in Memphis. I do not deny that what happened to us worth laughing, but it is not worth telling, for not everyone is sufficiently intelligent to be able to see things from the correct point of view. Well, I don't think. Well, I don't know. You're right. From which point of view? I wouldn't say that I was the only laughing at anyone. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. This will be the day that No, pirate, don't do it. Don't jump. This will be the day that I die. Big tennis record. Wow, that took a long time to turn up. Indy, FJ, hi Bill. And not looking at chat. Cool. We'll get used to that, Indy, don't we? It's too hot for clothes. We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh, I hope it's not a blue bottle. Whiskey in the jar. Even that was a solve. Did anybody have a whiskey solve? I did. It's crazy. Oh, I had so many different solves. Crazy. Whiskey flats. The company and everything. Just crazy. Tequila. Ooh, tequila. Don't talk to me, hush. Not okay. Don't talk. Don't talk, just kiss. We'll be on. Cigarettes and whiskey. Oh, that sounds like Phil Lynott in Lizzie. Sorry, I can't INFJ. Well, I hope your day gets better. Yo, yo, yo. Adrian. Ah, Indy. Paul says that you're a couple. It's okay. I figured. Is that correct? Do we offer congratulations or do you go, no, that you are both a couple, not that you are one couple on your own? We were discussing the $100,000. And then he was like, lots of different names. Yeah, that was, well, I don't know. I don't see Paul as a creep. A bit strange and a bit, um, well, strange. That'll do. Boomerangs only work south of the equator. Is that true? Yeah, that makes it a dog toy, doesn't it? Oh, that's where warm water's halt, the equator. So south of that, you can throw boomerangs. Whenever anybody talks about boomerang, I always remember Mad Max. I got it. Oops, took my fingers off. Who remembers that scene? Throws the boomerang and chops his fingers off. Oh, was that the boomerang in the chest? Because it was north of the equator. It was a stick. Two men till one man leaves. Uh oh, that sounds like. Hey, what's this? One man goes in, another man comes out. And you gotta shoot, don't talk. Good, bad, no, probably not good, bad, and the ugly. Yeah, good, bad, and the ugly. Here's a question. How does the sun always come up in the exact same place every day of the year? I was not sure that that is the case, but I don't know. What did I say it was? I thought I said it was Mad Max. What did I say it was? Good, bad, and the ugly's for the other statement. Tis Mad Max. Tis Mad Max. I got it. Tickles me. Tickles me. Because it sets in the same place every day of the year. Yeah, but it is weird, isn't it? That it doesn't go as high in the sky, and yet it still manages to finish in the same place. So if it goes like this in the summer, and it goes like this in the winter, and the Earth turns at the same speed, really it should go quick, and then this takes longer. So if the Earth was spinning at the same speed, surely if it's taking longer to go up in the arch, it should finish in different places. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. There's lots of things about the moon and the sun that I don't understand. It's like when it goes round, there's the sun spinning Earth. When it goes around to that bit, why doesn't the sun appear on both sides? Because you're going around that way and they're coming back this way. At some point, you are more light than dark. 12 hours, 12 hours, you'd think, but not. We're not a couple. No, it was hard to believe when he was saying it. It is. Or have Morty. Yes, I believe you. I believe it. And, it's weird. Earth revolves in orbit around the sun. Yeah, I think we know all of the stuff. We just don't know why it doesn't make sense. There's a remedy for everything except. Well, I don't know. There could be a remedy for that. Some people think you are reborn, and some people think you are spirit. So I think that's the remedy. If you can be spirit and you know you are spirit, then that defeats death. And if you are reborn and you know you are reborn, then that defeats death also. And if you can remember your past life, then you've learned by all your mistakes, and as you grow up, you should be smarter. Hush, when are you going to come clean about the cult of. Indy, just remind me, who was that man in the banking system with the M? Trying to work it out. Trust was talking about some finance stuff. Come on. Hey, that guy, do we ever get dizzy on this merry-go-round? Yes, all the time. Has he finished it? Is that all that pizza not offered us any? Please don't go into a conversation so you can further hate me, Kenny. He'll say it. In summer the sun sets to the moon sets to the south in the winter, and the sun sets to the south and the moon sets. Yeah, the moon is going to have a little display with Seven Sisters in a few days, along with Aldebaran and Jupiter, I think. Those sort of people having a get together. My property has four corners: northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. The sun comes up every day at the northeast corner, but it moves from southwest to northwest. I'm not a bad person in spite of what you think. Hey MJ, how you doing? Yes, I'm past getting into the early morning stuff. It is 10 to 1 of the AM, the Earth tilt varies. Yeah, what I'm trying to understand is while it tilts and wobbles and does all its stuff, it doesn't matter what time of the year it is, it rises where it rises and sets where it sets. You think with all those variations, there should be a variation. But there isn't. What the F is going on? What the forest is going on? I would never murder no one. Uh-oh, heart to heart. When they met, it was murder. I think you mean liar. Liar, pants on fire, not liar. I told you there are those who want to kill me, so sometimes. Uh-oh, what is going on? Pound of flesh short. Yeah. Sun, Earth, and Moon all aligned, so the tilt of the Earth on each side of the Sun. Well, it's all done to a plan, isn't it? That's the problem. The Creator. Yeah, unfortunately, there are a few wackos who make it a bit weird for others. It's a full moon. New moon in 4 days. Whatever happened to the old one? If the moon and the sun are both up during the day, then why is the moon only partially lighted? Yes, always also thinking of those things. What is blocking the sun's rays from getting there? Well, my first thought about the sun and the moon, I think me and David talked about it, is how come it's so perfect for the eclipse? It's just the right distance away to be the same size as the sun, same size as the earth, to have the eclipses the way they happened. Like, it's just meant to fit there. Well, if it made its own light, it would always be light. There would be no shadow. The shadow comes from the earth being between the moon and the sun. That's why it's not all lit, because the earth is blocking some of the light from getting to the moon. Whilst the sun and the earth and the moon are all together, the earth probably is blocking some of the moon. Yeah, don't rub it in. Shadow knows. Stars are always there, but can't see them until night. Yeah. Well, I think now and again you probably see one or two. Before it goes dark, dark. What gets me is that the moon reverberates when it gets hit. It's like, well, it's hollow. How is it hollow? Which makes you think that it's can't say man-made, creature-made, God-made. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But if it is a natural satellite, then it should surely be deeper than it is. So the craters that are there aren't, just my opinion, they're not deep. And, the dust and that settles on there is not deep. Why is there any dust? So I don't know. I don't. And that's only going by the pictures that I've seen of the fake landing. Because I don't know if there is any dust there or not. Or the real landing, whichever way it went. Could be, just like the chase. There was a fake chest, and then there's going to be a real chest. And then there was a fake landing, there's going to be a real landing. Who knows? Let me be frank, by Shy Guy. So many clues in McCracken. A court. The solver identity. Uh oh. Me and Dave will talk about that talk about that today, and it's like, what if? David said, "What if we are the McCracken case?" I said, "Well, I don't think we said that Forrest kidnapped anybody or did anything." How do you know that anyway, Frank? Release the McCracken. Oh, right. Mary Tyler Moore. She was a nice lady. I can just about remember her, but she was a nice lady. Ain't no real chest in 2023. In summer, the North Pole is tilted to the sun. Winter, the South Pole is tilted towards the sun. No way, Frank. No way. No way, Frank. Are you sure? No way. Are you sure? There's a bit of a smirk there, I think, Pirate. I'm going to make it after all. Oh, I left that show. Hey, Zozo. I wondered where you were. Happy, yes, Friday morning. I was going to say Saturday morning, but it's Friday morning. Your Thursday evening. Dick Van Dyke. Kraken is a roller coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. Release it then, release it. Beautiful thing. I can be 100% honest. And now you will believe me. It's perfect. It's perfect because nobody believes that you're honest. So you can say the truth and no one believes you. Excuse me, 100% honest. Laugh out loud. Yeah, you're the only one. Hey, hang on. I'm trying to be honest. Turn up the music. Turn down the lights. It's showtime. I believe you, Frank. You have to believe Frank because it's an honest name, isn't it? Or, just get stamped. I got a feeling I'm going to be all right. All right back. I believe you, Frank, because Frank is an honest name. Okay, all right. It's bedtime time. What's up with my brother, Trusted Hope? Oh, agree. Don't know what that is. Take it out into the wilderness if it can find an ass. That it sounds like Diana Ross. You're coming out, are you? You're coming out of the closet? I'm coming out. I want the world to know. More money was spent producing this hunt than the contents of the chest. Yeah, it's a discussion me and Davey have. Like, people complain about the chest. It's nothing compared to what it must have took to, get it going. So why would there be fraud? That makes sense. She's in Mary Tyler Moore. I am stuffed. You haven't had some pizza as well, have you? To be frank, no, Frank's above you. She's Mr. Shy Guy. You don't want to be Frank. He's getting a load of shit. Maybe he is trying to get to big. insanity. Take me into insanity. Yep, I'm sure that's Ghost Dancer. Oh, you're here, GDR. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it with. Huh? Oh, some less than hearts. I'll do those then. It's 100%. That guy, I am Frank. Are you honest as well? Straight jacket, choice of colours. Oh, they only do up at the back though. Cover, carry on, my wayward son. Oh, yep. Just tell him he is gonna be on Netflix as the mummy. For Frank being the mask. Smoking. No, somebody stopped me. Is that what it was? Somebody stopped me. Yeah, I prefer Jim Carrey's mask than Hannibal. Sorry, Davey. I've got to go with the mask. That was a bit like taking off Jerry Lee Lewis in his film where he became the suave person instead of the misfit, as it were. This is a face-off. That's John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Uh-oh. Hey, DJ. Wig. Rock roll. Ooh. Cool. That is GDR stuff there. Every angle Frank has tried has been premeditated and pre-murdered, I think. Yeah, I think David B's told Frank about all his angles. The only thing about all of it is I won't be around to see it when all of you find out why everything turned out the way it did. So wish I could see your faces. I'm not that concerned about what it's going to be. I don't think I'm going to be as surprised as some. I will hold him down. It's about time you got here, Zozo. Character assassination. Oh no, it's Lee Harvey Oswald. He's going to assassinate him with a magic bullet. Why won't you be there, Whisper? I am waiting on seeing yours, Hush Whisper. Well, that was definitely a back at you. He might want something. I'm sure some of you are. Are you going somewhere, Hush? Why won't you be around? He's going to be a square. I missed you too, Rick. But of course he has to be Hush. He is Hush. Or she is Hush, or they are Hush, or whatever. Uh-oh, towels. Everybody likes towels. House cleaning. Are you a maid? A maid of honor? What the? Be careful, pronouns. Professional nouns? How do they become professional, not amateur nouns? I want to get paid for being a noun. Does that class as some of the words that Forrest looked up? I looked up all the nouns. Some professional nouns too. Ooh, grinds up some apple fritter. Yum. Does anybody think that it's possible that Forrest was alluding to this garbage that we've gone through by throwing the time in the bin and then taking it back out? So for a time, it was trash. Then, haha, take him to the curb. God of War. Well, that's debatable. Ares is the god of war, so was Mars, wasn't he? So Athena, was it Minerva? Peaceful god of war. So, Hannibal was based on a real person. Hannibal did, he went across flipping the world. No, wrong Hannibal. That was put in prison for killing a pedo. Then while in prison, another pedo was shot. So he wasn't a total. What are you talking about? Good to know, Bill. Is it good to know, Bill? Or is it good to know, Bill? It's good to know you, Bill. Break up games times all the time. Aries also god of love. Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? Aries and Venus, Venus and Aries. War, love, love, war, contradictions. A boss like a Don Quixote. Oh, that's his name. Boss Quixote. Mars is god of war in Zodiac. Yep. Mars. Crazy. But it's just depending on what side of the world you live. If you're Greek, you have a different god. If you're Roman, you have another god. If you're a Druid, you have another god. And if you're God, you don't have any god. It's easily measured by the minimum efforts versus Fenn's entire army. Codebreaker 1, calling 5 leaf. No pausing, no halting. Harris, old lady was Aphrodite. It was. Was that Venus? Was she someone else? Ours. Ours. Aries. I think is in conjunction. Mars. Mars is in conjunction with Saturn right now, which is positive. Well, hang on. So which one is it? You think it, or it's positive that it is? English humor, sorry. I know what you mean, really. I think Mars is in conjunction, which is a positive thing. But it sounds like you're saying, I think it is, and now you're positive. Venus and Mars. Yes. Girls are from Venus, men are from Mars. Same place. I can see Venus from here. I can see Venus. Oh, Venus Virgin. Men are from Mars. Yeah, and galaxy. Why do they call the chocolates all like star names? Well, we have a Mars bar, we have a galaxy bar, we have a star bar. What else do we have? We have a Milky Way. Napoleon. Not tonight, Josephine. That piece of information took me to Josephine something or other in a brown home. I'm not sure it's in conjunction, but when it is, it emits positivity. OMG, really? Yes, they use the moon to do some calculating in regards to financial ventures of a certain kind. Did he just say chocolate starfish? No, he said chocolate starbar. He'll be coming round the mountain when he comes. He'll move anyone who knows his secrets. Death. I thought it brought death and glory, according to Barbarisi. The canyon down is down the barrel of a gun. I thought the canyon down was, well, how deep is it? Poet, are you Frank? Please see Frank. Death and anguish. Uh-oh, Forrest learnt some words in 5 minutes. What were those words? But the moon has to affect all of those, doesn't it? At some point, the moon is part of, the equation. Rock Lobster, great tune. Death and anguish. Yeah, more like anguish and death. If you're dead, then there's no anguish. Moonstruck. Yeah. Why is everyone saying death and anguish? I don't want any death or anguish. Although I can't hear, does that make me deaf? To be frank, no. Why does everyone want to be frank? I don't want to be frank. I want to be honest, but I don't want to be frank. As means since. You missed it, Bill. Talked about since and literal. That sound like a cat. Meow. Has gone alone in the barrel down the canyon. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza bird, that's amore. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, werewolf. Like him. I say it 3 times to see if something happens. No, that's Beetlejuice. The Werewolf of London. That was a good film. Or The Wolf of Yellowstone. What's supposed to happen, Steve? Excuse me. With a 2-2. Well, if you knew what shot meant, it's possible. Well, that answers that question. American Werewolf in London. Wow, how long ago was that? But the special effects have changed since then. If Frank can to the right person, But then he has to go back out into the community. Yes, the star Beetlejuice is going to supernova. And Beetlejuice, I think that's the devil as well. Someone talked about the devil the other day. Comes under many names. If you don't know, let's ask Trusted. He definitely knows. Trusted, how is he? If I know. Born to be alive. Born to be alive. In the year 2525, when Beetlejuice goes, I don't believe in the suicide narrative. Forrest wants to stop his dad, not encourage it. He would not do it himself. Well, he did say, what would you rather do? Lie on a hospital bed or sit out in the sun? And again, talk to David B about that. It's like, well, with your last gasping breath, like, how do you know? How do you know that you're going to get to the chest with your last gasping breath? You could be feeling really, really unwell, think, oh, that's it, I'm going to go. And then get out there and live for another 3 months. Just sat on top of this chest. Well, getting nothing done today. Well, either it's in you or it's not. You'd be all right. All right on the night. Like a digger, never heard of it. It's all part of the algorithm. Don't forget to check his work. It has been known to put errors in it. Grasshopper, until your eyes are like mine. I think Lucky was having a problem with the car the other day, and now she's having a problem not doing anything. Sure thing, Sensei. What algorithm? That's a new drum beat. The group Algo do it. Get an algorithm. They brought him back home. The beggar was waiting. Oh, Peggy said. Forrest did say she would be waiting, but he also said the treasure chest would be waiting. Ah. Yeah, like the garden. The set and chill algorithm. But if you could see everyone's tax records, so a group who gets the same amount each year in deposits. When from garden or not. Next level. You're ready for an allotment, are you, after that? Ah, breaking news. Or breaking wind. Or breaking bad. Or breaking the silence. Wind will affect the chest. Why? Why wind? Are you, by any chance, talking about George Santos, if that's his real name? So who is the solver, Frank? She's not saying you're the solver. She's saying who is the solver, Frank? Are you the solver, Frank? Breaking the chains of love. Yes, why did Forrest give us those chains and links? And blocks. Bulls and bears. Cody, I'm leading you to the bears. Sympathy for the devil. Sympathy for Pluto. Sympathy for Beetlejuice. Sympathy for Lucifer. Look at my eyes burning in the darkness. Frank is not answering. How could the McCracken case tell anything about the true soul world? Tis a bit strange. Oh, not astronomy professor it was. James. You had an astronomy professor. Do they teach astrology in astronomy? Oh no. Astrology. Hydrogen is a word Five Leaf would like. James E. Brown. Not to be confused with Braun that was the jet person. Mine was Lowen. It'd probably make you all white if you drink peroxide. I feel all white. Build those old things of yours. Try it pretty fast. And it's supposed to be good for you, cider vinegar. Never heard of it. Then again, how do you know he's egotistical? I like Oak Heart Rum. Owen Brown's peroxide. Yeah, but you should still feel alright with peroxide, and it bleach. Don't bleach make it white? The Rainbow Bar and Grill. Oh, was the treasure there? At the Rainbow Bar and Grill. The treasure was the grill. No, the treasure was the bar for something, I suppose. Food and drink. Gotta be treasure, that is. Don't drink the peroxide. It will create acid peroxide in the stomach. Instant spit. Uh-oh, some laundry. Dirty cash, I want you. Laundry. So, in Anybody's Soul, why do you need those gloves? And a torch? And a sandwich? I wonder why. Why, wonder. And a six pack. That reminds me. I've done that. I heard he was very kind hearted. He was very kind. He was very kind hearted. Don't know. Oh, lemon. Six pack. Shall we get your colours? So Forrest said, did the hot water affect the patina? And you need gloves. Might it be a little bit hot? Might it be? Need a torch and a pudding. Breed them hard out there. 80s and 90s. Wow. The linear accelerator. Yeah, there are quite a few people that Bill knows that are smart. One more talk to your car. Overheated. Well, you get in your car and drive to the first clue. Your car's the first clue. Ah, when I was young, life was so wonderful. A miracle, it was beautiful, magical. A six-pack of long for the wizard is smart. Forrest was the wizard. Forrest was um, named in the book as a wizard. The force is strong in this one. Love that tune. Yeah, it was great as Supertramp, but I don't think, Scooter did too bad with it. Forrest was a wizard, is a wizard. He was wrote about in a book, wasn't he? When he did whatever he did in that book that was shown on YouTube or whatever on the internet. I have not heard of any liqueur. I have not had any liqueur for 3 years, mate. Can't afford anything like that. No liquor, not liqueur, liquor. We did a lot of exploring while my dad was putting water in the radiator. Many smokes? That means something different where I'm from. Salisbury Hill. Mm. Cut a deal with the boys. Trust it. Yeah, we've had that offer you can't refuse already, so. Mr. Marlon Brando. Ah, I've just thought, where's John? He's normally around. For a packet of dummies. What? What's going on? We love you a long time. So I caught a bit of something that was on about the flats and the tyres during the war. MK Ultra. Uh-oh. Gina. Gina Maria Colvin Hill is live. Forrest is the witch. Season of the Witch. Oh. Rob, I think Forrest is going to Casper, one of the witches. That's a bit of a strong statement, Miss Lady Hush. Prison talk. Uh-oh, the wallet, pocket, whatever. Too many catfish. I didn't know fish could go on the internet. Going up that through, isn't it? I thought you were going to say he's not a guy, he's a them. I own a phone. Devil isn't real. Hush. Oh no. Oh no. I feel just like I did when I found out Santa wasn't real. Yep, that sounds like when Beetlejuice blows. We'd have to get the flock out of here. So depending on the trajectory and how fast or violent the explosion is, at some point, whatever is ejected must, if it's in our, coming our way. Oh, daylight, come, and we wanna go home. Is that a joke, Davey? Seems a line in a joke. What's that? Team box. Do some gardening. Well, as long as you don't walk the plank, we're alright. Or you're not going to go feed watering trees. Oh, not the whole 9 yards. Oh, just 1 yard. Crazy. Not unless you're lucky. Does that mean not unless you're the person lucky? Or you just happen to be lucky? Like, I should be so lucky. Lucky. I should be so lucky. Oh, that's it. We'll go. Is this your Well, take the cuffs off. I mean, the guard in the tower will be watching. Bloody hell, Trusted. I thought you were going to say I went back to the future. Try to get a tan, but got a little. She's working in the canteen now to feed the other prisoners. Thanks for coming in, Lucky. Gotta go outside and do stuff. Water blister. Oh no. Yep, that sounds like sunburn. Yeah, indeed, yuck. It's amazing. There's some things that people can tell you, and you just see it and feel it and know it. Thank you, Lucky. Have a good evening, if it's evening there. I should be going soon anyway. It is 25 to 2 in the morning. So, take care, Lucky. See you later if I'm lucky. You can't be lucky, and if you were lucky, you'd have to look in the mirror to be lucky to see lucky. See you later if I'm lucky. Then who would be my moderator if you were lucky? Come on, pirate, what are you going to answer? See you later if I'm lucky. Not lucky, you're a pirate. Thanks for streaming, man. No problem. Like I've always said, people don't have to believe what I'm saying, but everything that I say is geared on helping Forrest first, and then the community second. And you know, for me, all is good. I don't see the drama and the fraud and everything else. I just see, something coming together and try to accept, that sometimes, some bad things happen, but not through malice. Oh, I recommend going to prison to everyone to visit or to stay. It's all about the power. Max power. Sounds like Homer Simpson. Wish me luck. I think Steve is going to get me out in the Well, you don't want to be anybody's prison bitch. If getting out in the yard, you're stuffed. At least 3 years. 3 years in prison. It builds character. We've had 3 years in prison. Greece was better than that. Delphi. Magic power. No, that's He-Man. I have the power. By the power of Grayskull. I'm going to get you in the shower room. Trust and listen. Oh, Trust is going to throw the soap on the floor. Military does too. Trusted, run. Oh, sorry, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest. It's not Trusted's day to have a shower, he's just informed us. It's his shower-free day today. Pirate's life for me, Jim lad. Yes, pirate is a good word to synonym. Bill is rolling in the aisles as we speak. Blister or no blister. You're not going to stop him having a laugh. A bit like that. Ha 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 ha. Thud. Just laughed his head off. The old ones are the best. So, once again, I thank you all for turning up. This was really about, since. The word since could mean by. And Forrest said, I have not communicated with the finder since 2018. So I have not communicated with the finder by 2018. So only after 2018. And literal. Just so many things that Forrest said about solving the poem. Especially when he says I take it literally. And as being since. So the synonyms for since being as. And the first word is as I have gone alone in there. So if you look at the synonyms, it reads a little bit differently. One of them being now. I have gone alone in there. Excuse me. What's it, Dave Woodard? Is what Dave Woodard? I just poked a God in the eye and choked him. 3 fingers. Oh, God. Uh-oh, solitary confinement for you, son. No, Dave Woodard had left the building. 30 days in the hole. Oh, no, not in a hole. Is it a hot hole? Then you hope you're a lucky digger. Have you got one of them balls that you can throw against the wall? No, I think Dave got fired. He gone back east, David. That's why he's not there. What I miss? I was eating dinner. Oh. Is that her name or his name? Cannibal. You haven't missed any. Don't miss anything when you come on this show. Or this screen shit. No. This. What's it called? Channel. Cell block to DC. Hey, hang on. Don't want to ride trusted out. A ducky ligger. Everything. We are all leaving. Yes, we are all leaving. You don't have to go home. Well, you probably are home, but you have to get the flock out of here. Oh, that's not funny. Hey up, ducky. That was almost Paul's name, Ligma, whatever it was. So I thank you for turning up, all 30 of you, and those that were there before, and those that hit the like button. Oh, I'm gonna do something like that. Much love to all you people. Even though I don't know who you are, I know who you are. I'll probably speak to you I was going to say tomorrow morning, this morning, David. I had to before my car today. Yes, we're all looking for the pot, the happiness that is the pot. Thanks for turning up, Steve. Whilst you might think that what I say is just saying stuff, I do appreciate when you come in to listen. Not because I want you to believe everything that I say, but it's nice to know that people are interested. Live long and prosper. Live long, live lucky. Oh, no more. Life's something, live it. Life's the what? Who's could do? What do you normally say? For the power. You always have the power. The power is yours. You don't need me to give you the power. I don't know. What sound like? Thanks, Wig. Great. Yeah, I'm going to go to the land of Nod, as it were. Scooby Dooby Doo. Get rid of fake man voices. Can't remember what Scrappy says. I don't know. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Hope you have a good evening. Thanks for that pizza, Rob. Loved it. Yeah. Ciao for now. Enjoy your days.